Hi, I'm Hans-Peter from Nordic Business Forum, and we are here in Prague, the capital of Czech Republic, together with the legendary business coach and author Brian Tracy. Mr. Tracy.
Nice to see you.
I'm privileged to meet you.
Me too.
Many of the people who are watching have read your books and know a lot about you already, but all of them don't. Can you tell us your story in a short?
Okay. Well, I started off working as a laborer, and then when I couldn't find a laboring job, I got a job in sales, and I struggled in sales for a long time, and then I began asking, why are some salespeople more successful than others? So I went and I asked successful salespeople, and they told me, and I did what they said, and my sales went up. And then I read books, and I listened to audio programs, and I went to seminars, and I practiced everything I learned, and my sales went up and up and up. And then I started my own business, and in business, everything is sales. So I was successful in 22 different businesses over the years. So that was my story in very short.
In a very short way, yes. Okay, quite many of your over 40 or over 50 books handle sales, and you have some very, very practical advice on it.
Yes.
In Finland, many have a negative attitude towards sales, and in many parts of Europe as well.
Yes.
And the word itself, sales, has a negative connotation in the minds of many.
Yes.
Why is sales important, and what is sales all about from your point of view?
Well, the only creator of wealth in Finland or anywhere is private business. And private business creates wealth by producing products and services that people need to improve their life or work. And the job of sales is to tell people about these products and services so people can decide if they want them or not. So sales is the engine that drives modern society. Wherever you have a society that has successful salespeople, you have prosperity. If you have a society that does not have successful salespeople, you have poverty. And so the societies that offer the most opportunities are the ones where the salespeople are most successful.
Yeah, makes sense, a lot of sense.
Yes.
Why is sales more respected in the United States than in Finland and Europe? What is your explanation?
Well, Europe has an old socialist tradition where people at one time were very wealthy, and then everyone else was poor. And so eventually people started to move up. In the 1800s and 1900s, they started to start small businesses, and they became very ambitious, and they began to sell products. And this was looked down on by the rich, who controlled all the newspapers. And so salespeople were considered to be a lower level of people because they were people working their way up. And that has stayed as part of our culture for 100 or 200 years. In America, everyone started with nothing, and it was wide open. So they finally agreed that the business of America is business, and the business of business is selling. So some of the most respected people in the country are people who are very good at selling.
Understandable. Are some people just born to be great in sales, or can anyone learn to become a great sales superstar?
Well, that is a wonderful question, and what changed my life was the discovery that all sales skills are learnable. Is that everyone who is a top salesperson today was once at the bottom and could not sell anything, and then they learned the skills. It's very much like learning a language or like learning how to cook with a recipe in the kitchen. Is you have to learn how to mix the ingredients properly, and then out of the process comes sales. So I have taught more than 2 million salespeople in 60 countries, and many of them have come back years later and said transformed their lives. Before, they were struggling and frustrated and worried about money, and after they learned how to sell, they became very successful. And many of them started their own businesses and became very successful in business.
That's nice to hear. And that gives courage to many of us, I believe.
Yes.
What is the best way to learn sales?
Well, the best thing is always what I call two-handed. Learn and practice. Learn and practice. Sometimes I call it the windshield wiper method. The windshield wiper in the car goes back and forth, so learn and practice, learn and practice. And if you do that, you can grow very fast in your skills. But the bottom 80% of salespeople in every field, every country, don't learn. They don't understand how important learning is, or they are lazy. But the top people realize, I can get better and better, and my income can go higher and higher, and there are no limits.